Hello, everybody. This is Jasmine. I don't really expect anybody to be here. My channel is very new, but I'm going to start these and hopefully people find me. So if somebody pops in, I will definitely post some cards for you. But in the meantime, I am going to just do February readings, which of course they're open for. Oop, I got some flipped over. Anything in these readings is timeless. When you find it, then it's for you. I apologize if my cat tries to get in here and I have to step away to get him appeased. He's, he's a little rascal. Ignores me all day until I'm trying to do something. Okay, so Aries, February general reading. Oh, the Ace of Coins, new journey. With your finances. I love the coins for pretty much anything because they really are really solid energy. It's a very grounded energy. And then we have the victory card, Six of Wands. So whatever journey you're embarking on right now, whatever you're trying to raise money for, or whatever you're trying to accomplish financially, it should come. You should at least see progress in February or over the next month if you're seeing this at another time. And then we have the Fool card. Take chances. That progress won't come without taking a chance on yourself. Excuse me. And then we have the Ace of Wands or Ace of Cups coming up. So emotional journey. So whatever this is, it's something that you've been working really hard towards. You've really been wanting to accomplish. Hmm. Along with the Hermit coming up here. So taking time on your own to really focus on your goals. And then one more. Sorry, that light makes it hard to see. The Emperor. So you will be provided for. You're going to get there. You do have to take a chance on yourself, though. You have to really allow yourself to explore and don't hold back. If you think something might work, try it. What's the worst that can happen, right? So that is your February reading for Aries. Okay, I'm just going to write down the time so I can fix that after and just post it as a single. Okay. Now we have Taurus. I am going to turn this on. Forgive me, I'm not used to doing this, so I've got to figure things out. I'm putting in the banner here. If anybody does want to donate, I am trying to raise money to fix my floor. I have to fix the subfloor, which means I have to also lay new flooring after that. And I just can't do it on my income. So if you would like to contribute to that. I have a fundraiser. I've listed them in the comments. A Give, Send, Go. I also have my PayPal in there, or you could buy my book on Amazon, 100 Days of Gratitude Challenge. Okay. Ooh. Taurus, month of February, or just the next month in general. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. So taking back some energy, actually. A lot of times this is somebody, when it's upright, offering you some emotional energy. This is telling you to kind of pull back some of your emotional energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups. You got to save it for somebody that deserves it. And then the Hanged Man reversed. Okay. So we have a situation here where you've been really hurt. And so you need to pull back your energy, you know, give to yourself with that Queen of Cups and only give it to people that deserve it going forward. This is a lesson that you're needing to learn over the next month. And with that Hanged Man reversed, that's basically telling you like don't let anybody gaslight you at all. Don't let anybody gaslight you. You need to allow yourself to stick by what you feel. You're seeing the situation correctly. And then we have the Five of Wands reversed. So avoid conflict for sure. If somebody's going to try to pull you into some more conflict, just ignore it. And the Emperor reversed, you haven't been provided for. And they just aren't. They might make promises, and it's just promises that are not going to be kept. Yeah, a lot of struggle ahead if you stay around this person. So pull your energy back completely, block them. You are seeing the situation correctly. With that Hanged Man reversed, normally it's telling you, hey, like you got to look at it from a different perspective. This is saying no. You know exactly what the situation is. You're calling it right, and you need to honor that within yourself. And whoever this is that's trying to pull you into something, you need to completely ignore it to avoid any of that conflict. It's just not worth it. Any promises that they try to make to you, they're not going to follow through. So, yeah, just let it be, Taurus. Walk away. Okay. So, I did not have the comments up, so that is my fault. So, Priya, I'm just going to put a message here. Maybe she will see it. Okay, if you pop back in, Priya, then I can help you. Okay, so we're going to do Gemini, month ahead. Oh, Geminis. A little bit of a heartbreak coming up there. But it's going to give you the chance at a new journey. This is it could be love. I don't necessarily think that's the main energy here. It feels like a heartbreak, but you almost need that heartbreak to start on that new venture. So it could be, you need to like leave something behind and it's going to be heartbreaking, but it's important to do that in order to get on the right track. So it could just be something that you really love doing and you just have to kind of walk away from it for a while. It could be a person, even, whether it's a love energy or not, it could be a person. Yeah, that seven of coins here. It's like that energy of you just don't have it in you anymore to focus on that energy that's either breaking your heart or that energy that is going to be difficult for you to walk away from, but you must. And then look at that. You've got that Knight of Cups coming up. I'll get better at this, I promise. You have that Knight of Cups coming up that is basically showing you a new emotional energy coming in. So, new happiness or an offer. Somebody offers you a new path because you had the courage to let go and walk away. And then the moon, a little bit of a time of darkness. And that doesn't need to be anything like a depression or anything. It's just, not really having the best direction or feeling sad about something. And keeping away from distractions. Okay, so basically, the main energy is you do have to walk away from something that you really care about, someone you really care about, in order to embark on a new journey. You just don't have it in you anymore, and it's time to let go because that new energy is going to come in. And although it might feel a little bit bad for a while, trying to figure out what path to take, what's best for you, it'll work out. But avoid distraction, really just focus on what your end game is, and you'll get there. All right, Gemini? Priya, I think I've seen you pop in and out again, but you didn't ask a question. Okay. Cancer. Month ahead. Oh, The High Priestess reversed. You have not been trusting your intuition, Cancer. You need to really start focusing on connecting with your higher self. And the Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, it's keeping you from advancing not only in career, but in something that you really care about. Something that you're passionate about. You're not listening to your intuition, and so you keep going down the wrong path. Okay. Queen of Swords reversed. Way too in your head. Way too in your head. You got to stop that. Get out of your head. Connect with your instincts. The Lovers alignment. You see, you know what? You start connecting to your instincts, and that Lover's energy is going to come out. Now, that can be with a person, or it can be just alignment with your highest good, alignment with what's best for you, or what you've been trying to accomplish. And then we have, yeah, Ten of Pentacles, abundance coming in. You just need a realignment, hun. You just need to figure out what all these things are pulling you from different directions and keeping you stuck in your head. And then we have the King of Cups coming up reversed. You're way too connected to your emotions when it comes to whatever it is you want to accomplish here. That alignment and that abundance is there as long as you get out of your emotions and you get out of your head and start listening to your instincts. Now, it sometimes can be very difficult to manage what your instincts are compared to what your gut feeling is and what your instincts and your gut feeling is compared to what your heart feels. They can get kind of crossfired, and it can be confusing trying to figure that out. But your instincts will hit you differently than that heart feeling if you start to really focus on your instincts and see what that actually feels like in your body. You'll be able to decipher better. All right, Cancer. So that is yours. Leos. I see a number 1 pop up. Did anyone wish bad for you? Blessings. Okay, let me just pull you a card here. Intuitively, I do feel like there is some energy somebody's trying to just put on you, but I don't think it's going to affect you. But let's see what comes up here. Crossroads. Okay, Crossroads and Crossroads gives you a lot of control. And the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, yeah, somebody is trying to stop you from succeeding. They're trying to stop you from really moving forward with something that's actually really good for you. So just ignore them. Don't let it affect you. You have the control, especially with that crossroads energy. You pick which road you go down. You pick whether you're going to go down the road of allowing that to affect your future or whether you're going to ignore it and go forward anyway. I do think you should go forward. And remember, anything somebody tries to throw at you, like any kind of negativity, you always are in control of whether that actually affects you. Yeah, seven of swords, somebody has been deceptive, but someone's being shady towards you, basically, but it's not something that can really bother you or affect you long term. Oh, and then we just had the Ace of Coins flip out, so you're on a road to abundance. You're on a road to really creating what you want. Yeah, look at that. And then the Seven of Coins coming up. As long as you're willing to put the work in, you're going to be good. Put the work in and basically put blinders on so that people just don't have the ability to even get in there and distract you. And whatever you want to work towards, that's for you. It's going to happen. Did that help you, blessings? You're welcome. I see a number two, so there's two of you in here. Who else is here? Do you have a question? Okay, I will take a look there. Okay, so with the Two of Cups being there reversed, it shows that there is some energy there that there's a connection, but it is a little imbalanced. So it could mean that there's a little bit of a disconnect or a fear of really opening up. Definitely holding back in some way. Yeah, because they're in their head. Yeah, yeah, they're kind of stepping on their own foot. That Ace of Pentacles reversed, it's kind of showing a hesitation to step towards the abundance. Now, it's not in a bad way, like it's not like a rejection, it's more a fear than anything. Did that help you? Are you still here, blessings? Did that help you? Okay, there is one. I see one. So if you're not blessing, then you have a question, let me know. Otherwise, I will move on and I will do Leo's monthly. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do Leo's monthly here. And if you have another question, you can put it in there, and then as soon as I'm done Leo's, I will answer it. Okay, Leo, we have the King of Coins reversed. So some struggle with money in February. I'm a Leo. I don't like that. We'll see what comes up. Okay, as soon as I'm done this one, I will answer that for you. Blessings. And temperance. You lack patience, Leo. You're lacking patience with the situation. So that tells me if your finances feel a little stressed, just give it a moment. Yeah, and then we've got that balance coming out with the Two of Cups upright. So that's emotional balance, but balance within the situation of your finances as well, because that's kind of what's coming up here. Ooh, okay. I'll take this one. The Nine of Coins coming up is showing you're going to need to really focus your work. Focus because it's a little bit, oh my goodness, we're lacking some focus. And then the Devil coming up. Okay, that lack of focus is a problem. The Devil is very much about having bad habits and habits that cause you issues. So if you're trying to save money in February, Leo, you really have to watch your spending. Don't get carried away feeling like you're rich because you get a few extra dollars one day. Okay, and then the Magician reversed. So, yeah, you really need to spend the month of February just focused on your future. Try to avoid any distractions or any bad habits. Really work on them, and you'll get through the month and it'll be fine. Okay, blessings. Let me just write down the time for that one. Okay, true feelings. Well, I think I answered that before. It's really about a lot of fear about really connecting. There's definitely something there, but it came up where there was just a lot of fear in regards to it, really letting that energy evolve, you know? But we'll pull some more cards on it. Yeah, I think this came up before for you guys as well. The Ace of Swords, so being a little bit too in their head. I don't want to say the name wrong. I don't want to butcher it. Is it Samya? If I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's a lot of internal struggle that's going on. So the feelings are there. There are feelings growing, um, romantic feelings, but I think it's just a situation where there's fear. Does she want to reconcile with you? I think so. I think it's just there's fear involved in it and hesitation. Yeah, she's worried with that 10 of coins reversed. That tells me that she's worried that things will fall apart. So take it slow. I'm saying it right. Okay, good. Just take it really slow. Let her kind of control the pace. When is the last time you guys had communication? Sean, yes, I will get you in just a moment here. Could you give me the first name of your girlfriend, Sean? You don't have to give any last name, just the first name. Hi, Renan. Last month? Okay. Yeah, I would, if you don't hear from her within the next couple weeks, reach out because I do feel like she does want to connect with you. I just think it's something she's afraid of right now. Okay, Sean. All right, so the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is basically an energy where there's definitely a connection, but it could be a little bit where it still has to grow. Like there's still some work that needs to be done to really get it to the next level. It's a good energy. It's just one of those kind of youthful energies. So it needs work. But we have the Queen of Swords. So I mean, she may be a little in her head sometimes. Uh, hmm, right away, I get this feeling of kind of like overthinking and worried about the past repeating itself. Not specifically with you, Sean. Not that you've done anything, but it's like this fear of, I want to say things all falling apart once once she really lets go. Okay, and then the High Priestess. So I think really to get this relationship excelling, give her space, let her kind of work through that little bit of hesitation, but encourage her to really focus on herself a lot over the next little while. Yeah, and then that should shift things, and you should see things really grow. That Ace of Cups is a nice energy for love. It kind of shows that blossoming of emotional connection. I think she's like right there, like she's just kind of sitting at that level where it just needs a little bit of a push. She just needs to kind of feel like she still has her own person and her own being about her. Um, and that's nothing you're doing that is bad. It's from her past. And I think when she feels that confidence, you'll see that relationship even blossom more. So I hope that helps, Sean. Okay, Renan. I hope I'm saying your name right. Did you have a question? Renan O'Brien. Do you just want like a general card pull reading, or would you like more specific? Okay, I love reading. Is it about somebody in particular? If it is, just give me a first name and kind of like about when the last time you guys had any kind of communication. Okay, I'm just gonna do general then for you, Renan, because I'm not showing any comment from you since I asked. So we'll do general, and then if you do have more specific, just let me know. Okay, we have the Eight of Coins reversed, so that's showing a little bit of work needed. Now, if this is something where you're single and you're looking, it would mean basically look elsewhere. Get out a little bit more into places where you can meet people in person. But we have the Knight of Swords, so that's action. The swords is an energy of kind of cutting through a lot of the chaos. So make sure that people that you meet or anybody that you're involved with, you're really paying attention to any red flags and deal with them immediately. Having red flags doesn't mean the relationship or any connection has to be over. It just means you want to kind of face it head on. Then we have, oh, the Hermit coming up here for you. So some time in reflection. I don't feel like this is time alone. I feel like this is more focused on time in reflection and kind of really focusing on what you really want out of a relationship or a potential relationship coming up so that you can kind of readjust your energy and allow that to attract what you want. Even if you're in a relationship, doing that can help benefit a relationship. It can help change the energy if there's, struggle or things that aren't going really well. And then we have the Four of Coins reversed. So this is expect more. The Four of Coins, when it's upright, it's telling you, be more selfish. But when it's reversed, it's saying expect more from the people around you, expect more from connections, expect more from even friendships, so that you can kind of tell the universe like you expect for people to be more giving towards you. And that's not selfish, it's just something we always should expect, is for there to be a balance. You can't give from an empty cup. Did that help you, Renan? I really feel like I'm saying your name wrong. I am terrible with names, so I would not be surprised. Okay, does anybody else have a question? Make sure I'm not missing any. I'm new at doing these live. Still bear with me. Okay, if nobody else has a question for the moment, I will do a Virgo monthly. You're here. Good. Am I saying your name right, Renan? I think there's about a 10-second lag between when I say something and when you hear it. Okay, I'll go ahead and do a Virgo reading, and if there's any more questions, I'll come back to it just after that. If I can get my cat to calm down and behave himself, little Toby. Okay, Virgos monthly. Oh goodness, Tobias. All day you ignore me until I'm busy. You go stay there. All right, Virgos, the 10 of Wands reversed. You're letting down a heavy burden. My gosh, this cat. What do you want, buddy? Other than to be mischievous. And then we have, okay, the 4 of Swords. So yeah, it's time for a rest. Time to take care of yourself. You've already had a bit of a journey, so now you have to kind of let it be. And the 9 of Swords reversed. Okay, so 9 of Swords upright is very much about losing sleep and, excuse me, struggling with dreams a lot of time, bad dreams or anxious energy. Being reversed, it's showing that that's going to end. You've had it, oh man, like you've had it rough for a minute. It looks like that's coming to an end here. Okay, wow, look at that. After all that struggle, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm so sorry, this light, I need to come up with a better Wheel of Fortune. You can see it better there. Things are turning in your favor. About time. Yep. A lot of happiness coming around, that cup overflowing with joy and love. And look at that celebration. Man, that first row is so hard. Anxiety, struggle, trouble sleeping, needing to rest. And then look at that. You end up with everything moving in your favor, an overflowing of happiness and joy and celebration with that 3 of Cups coming up. So, I mean, Virgo, just Hang on, it's going to get better. Excuse me. If there's any more questions before I start Libra, I'll give it a minute here. I think I've got to get different cards because I don't think YouTube's going to like these. There's a lot of, you know, nakedness. Okay, I will move on with Libra in 30 seconds unless somebody puts in a comment and wants a question answered. 10 seconds. Okay, Libra, month ahead. Look at that. You do have the anxieties. So you're having trouble sleeping or you're stressed out about something and it's more than just like a average stress. Yeah, the Five of Swords coming up here. What's going on, Libra? That's tough. Oh, goodness. I need new hands. They don't come cheap, though. Ah, but look at that. Victory. The Six of Wands coming up. So whatever it is you're stressed out about, whatever it is you're beating yourself up about, and whatever mental struggle you're going through, don't worry. When that Six of Wands comes up, it's like everything was worth it. Now, this could just be like a stress that you're like working towards something and everything's just not been going right. But the main energy that I'm getting from this is something like there's something that's just been like bad that's been happening in your life, but you're going to come out victorious. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So cut through any of the stuff that you don't need around you, kind of like remove anything that's not good for you anymore. Take action that is very intentional around that. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Focus more on your passion. Take action towards what your passion is. That's going to help you get to that victory card. And then the Eight of Coins reversed. Okay, so in context, a lot of times the Eight of Coins coming up can be something that's a little bit negative, but because you're kind of on a path of coming from stress into relief and victory, cutting out things that aren't good for you, taking action towards your passion, sometimes focusing on doing too much actually can shoot you in the foot, right? So this Eight of Coins coming up reversed is saying, hey, like just kind of let it flow. Appreciate yourself and appreciate the work that you're doing towards your goal, but just let it flow. Sometimes you don't gotta keep grinding. You just have to let that energy do what it needs to do in order to get you to that end game. So I hope that helps Leo, or not Leo, Libra. I'm sorry that I'm coughing so much. It's winter, and that's just the way my lungs are. Okay, so let me just write that down. 51. Okay, I'll give it another 30 seconds if there's anybody that wants a question answered before I start Scorpio. And I do have some some comment in the comment section with some links. I have to replace my subfloor, so I do have a fundraiser for that. If you appreciate the ratings and you want to help me out with that, there's a Give Send Go link, and then there's also a link for my journal on Amazon there, which is another way to help me. It's 100 Days of Gratitude Journal. 10 seconds. Okay, we are going to start Scorpio. Excuse me. Okay, Scorpio, month ahead. Oh, there's some energy in there you got to be careful about. Bad habits creeping up on you this next month. Maybe I could just draw bathing suits on everyone. Ah, okay. The Fool card coming up next to the Devil card. Now that is telling you do not take chances right now. Do not throw caution to the wind as much as you want to. Scorpio, contain yourself, okay? You don't gotta always be crazy. Now is not the time. Balance. You've got too much going on. Drop some things, okay? It's time. Drop some things. Okay, for some of you, the bad habit is taking on way too much. Way too much, not caring about yourself and rest, not caring about what you need to do for your own self-care. And that devil is like, bro, you gotta stop that. Okay, and the Emperor coming up, you will be provided for if you cool it. All right. Oh, and then we have, yeah, you see, chill out a little bit. Everything will be provided for you. You don't have to be taking on everything. And that King of Wands comes up, which is about passion and career, but this is more, I think, about something you're passionate about. You'll be able to actually accomplish that if you let go of those bad habits and you stop being everybody's yes man, basically. Renan, yes, yes. Renan, did you see the reading that I had given you prior? It was a love reading. And then the last energy here for Scorpio is the Strength card. So you got it in you, but you gotta kind of let go of some stuff. Otherwise, it's going to just take over your life and cause more and more trouble that you just don't need to allow. can definitely give you another reading, Renan, but there is one. It would be, I think, just before Libra, so around about the 46, I think around the 46-minute mark. Might have been before Virgo. Okay, I can do another one. If you have another question, just let me know. I don't mind. I just wanted to make sure that you did get that one. Okay, in about 30 seconds, I will move on to Sagittarius. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Do you have a question or just want me to do a general? Yes, I am seeing your messages, Renan. I'm just asking if you have something you want me to look at or if it's more general that you want this time. I think there's like a 10-second lag between when I answer or when I speak and then when you hear it. More general. Okay. So general for Renan. Okay, first card coming up, Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is about kind of coming out the other side of something. We'll see what comes up with it. Oh, okay. We have the ace, or not the ace, the eight of swords, which is about kind of putting yourself in a little bit of a trap. So you could be overthinking something or kind of in a place where you're being kind of your own worst enemy. Maybe you're not seeing the full picture, and so it's kind of keeping you held back, or you're keeping you from moving forward with something. You're thinking through it too much almost. And the chariot, take movement right now. You have to just grab the bull by the horns and move forward with whatever it is that this is. No more delays, buddy. You don't want to do that. Okay, and then the world card coming up reverse. So the cycles of kind of moving forward and then kind of stopping and holding yourself back, that is coming to an end. I just heard be brave. And then the Justice card, the Judgment card. Things are going to line up for you. All right. Okay. You got the Tower. Okay. Don't freak out. The Tower is very much, especially after the Judgment card, it's saying you need a shakeup. You need to like really just lay all your cards on the table, see which way you want to go, and go there. And don't be afraid of everything falling apart because a lot of times when things are falling apart, that's not what's really happening. It's really coming together. Um, Sometimes you need that shake up in order to get to the other side of what's going on and the other side of your goals. And no more patience. Your team is getting impatient with you. I kind of want to laugh right now because it's like they're like, "Come on now. We're pushing you and you're not listening. Why aren't you listening? You're not doing the work." Getting called out. And then you've got the Page of Wands reversed. They're like, we're gonna take it away if you don't get off your tuchus and get going. Okay, one more. Look at that. Harmony. Everything coming together the way it needs to be. The one thing I love about the Four of Wands is the alignment energy. It really shows, you see like the 1111, it really shows everything kind of falling into place and coming together the way it needs to come together. You got to take advantage of it though. You really have to. All right. I hope that was helpful. You just got called out hard. My earbuds keep wanting to come out. Do you have that problem too? My ears are small and they just never, no matter what I do, they never want to stay in. It totally makes sense. Yeah, you got told. Good. I'm glad you loved it. I needed that laugh. Okay, I'm gonna do Sagittarius here, and then we can go again if you want. Okay, Sagittarius, month ahead. Oh, look at that, the lovers, alignment. And then we have Queen of Swords. So approach this next month very logical, Sagittarius. Very, very logical. Yeah, you're Sagittarius. You're being told that logic has to be your main focus, but also stay out of your head. And then we have the Magician coming up reversed. So you have to, when the Magician comes up reversed, it's not saying that it's impossible to manifest, but it's telling you that there are some things that are kind of blocking you, and it could be a little bit of overthinking. Yeah, and then we have the King of Wands. So you're kind of getting a little sidetracked and causing yourself to kind of go down a path that not supposed to be going down. So you need to get back into alignment. And then that Page of Cups comes in, so it gives you that peace and that happiness. So if you need to take a little bit of a detour, that's okay. You just don't want to stay there. You want to make sure that you get back into that lover's alignment. And things will work out. You have a good month ahead of you though. It feels good. It just feels like you might be kind of causing your own issues with some overthinking. And so just straighten that out, take a little bit of a breather, and then refocus. Okay, Renan, are you there? We can go again if you want. Yes? Okay. Do you have anything you want me to look at or just another? Even if you have like an area of your life, like career, we did love. So if you have career or finances, okay, career. Oh, hold on. Toby, don't you dare. Toby, no. My cat is getting into trouble, as usual. I swear he's an orange cat, but he's not. Okay, Renan career. Okay, Ace of Wands, or that's not Wands. Ace of Coins reversed. So we'll see what comes up with it here, actually. He is such a little turd, Renan. I swear that little cat, he's my only boy. I have four animals, and he's my only boy, and he proves it every day. Okay. Okay, so in terms of career, be very careful going forward with people around you when it comes to like what you're focused on with your career. The Seven of Swords shows a little bit of deception. It's not you, it's somebody that may, I don't want to say outright lie, but may try to lead you in the wrong direction. So it doesn't have to be malicious, but they definitely know it's not necessarily the best path, and they're maybe thinking about themselves more than you. I don't know what that would mean for you, but just keep your eyes open to that. That somebody around you might not be fully honest or admitting something. Okay, yeah. So they're kind of breadcrumbing you a little bit. This could be a boss, excuse me, or it could be a coworker, or it could be somebody that you're working with at whatever you're doing. Someone's not giving as much as they could, and they're maybe playing games a little bit. So a lot of the responsibility is falling on you where it maybe doesn't need to. Well, we have the Seven of Wands coming up reversed, showing, overcoming that, and just paying attention to it should help to kind of nip it in the bud. Look at that. And then we've got the Three of Coins coming up. Three of Coins is about teamwork. So I don't think that whatever this person is doing is intent to be malicious. I think it's more like they're trying to get something for themselves, or they're trying to take the heat off themselves. The Three of Coins coming up shows the ability to kind of come together and work towards a common goal. So, for whatever reason, I think that person just needs to be put in check a little bit. Okay, yeah. And then we have the Devil reverse. So, overcoming toxic behaviors and overcoming stresses and, you know, just things that aren't healthy with your career. So you're going to be able to overcome it. The Devil coming up reverse, I always like to see because it shows that ability to get past it. And then the Eight of Cups reversed. Let's see what comes up with it. Because the Eight of Cups is generally about kind of embarking on a journey. So it could just be telling you, kind of stay the course rather than making a huge change right now. Yeah, with that Four of Wands reversed. Okay, so I think it's basically telling you whatever's going on with this person, like, don't just cut them off. It's workable. It's definitely something that can be worked out because it's not malicious. And you'll be able to get things warming up. The Five of Coins is like being left out in the cold, and it's like a harsher energy, but when it's reversed like this, especially in this context, everything will kind of become cohesive, you know, everybody will be able to work together. So, yeah, it feels like it's going to be fine. Hello, Taya. Is that how I say your name, Taya? I'm not sure. I'm really good. How are you? Oh, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Did you have a question that you wanted me to do a reading on you for? How was that reading? Did that make sense to you at the end there? That's good to know. Yeah. It might feel reading like, oh my gosh, like this is so annoying, but I think the person just needs a little correction. No contact? Okay. How long has it been since you did have contact? More than a year. Okay, that's okay. We'll still have a look and see where the energy's at. Okay, so we have the Knight of Coins reversed. So lack of action. Um, we'll see what comes up with it. Lack of stability. So it's definitely not a grounded energy right now. And then the Three of Cups reversed. So the Three of Cups, when it's upright, it's very celebratory. It's very much an energy of happiness. So I would actually say that the space in the energy here, because we're looking at their energy, there is some struggle going on there. Yes, I think so, Renan. I do think it's worth kind of approaching it a little differently. Okay, and then the Eight of Coins reversed is coming up. So, I there's still a connection between you guys, Taya. I think if I'm saying your name wrong, please tell me. Um, but it's like some fear of putting the work in, some struggle with feeling a little lost. I get this feeling of feeling lost and feeling conflicted a little bit, but still feeling connected. If you're having uh Tejuve or Tej, I hope that's right. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm terrible with names. Okay, he's struggling. He's definitely struggling because he can still feel that connection, and it's when you can feel something but you kind of don't want to feel it because then it brings up emotions that you're not ready to acknowledge, but there's a part of you that wants to acknowledge but you don't want to. It like that's the kind of conflict I feel like he's having right now. You're bad at names too. I really, it's like the names and just pronouncing words in general. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety going on there. With this kind of energy, I know it's been a while since you guys have had communication, but there's a lot going on in that connection between you guys. Man. And then the Ace of Swords. I would say I would actually be surprised. I think it's still going to be a while. Oh, thank you, Renan. I really appreciate that. I do think it's going to still be a while before you have contact, but just intuitively, there's a lot of energy moving there. And what's coming up here is struggle on their end. And so that tells me that struggle can come to a more of a place of peace for them, where you may actually end up getting a text message or a call. But I think you're still looking at like 3 or 4 months from now because um, the way the reason why I ask when the last connection was is because I compare that to what the energy feels like now. And so, thank you. I really appreciate that. The energy of you having contact about a year ago, that feels a lot more distant than what the energy feels like itself. So when there's that disparity, that tells me that likely there will be communication sooner than a year from now. Okay, the tower reverse. So there should not be a huge shakeup, but kind of like a little one for them in their life. And that will probably be what causes them to reach out. So if you have them blocked at all, don't do that. Like unblock them. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a chance. Excuse me. It looks like they're going to take a chance. I would say closer to the summer. And for me, I'm in Canada, so the summer would be like July, August. They have you blocked? Okay, that's okay. They will, when they're ready, they will unblock you. And just for you, just go on with your life. If you meet people, enjoy it, connect with people, that's not going to harm the connection. It actually can help because what that does is it tells the universe, hey, I'm not going to wait. I want connection. And then their connection themselves, because you still have that energetic tie, what it does is like say that that's them, this is you. You still have that energetic tie, but you start kind of pulling away and they're going to try to follow. They're going to try to like hold on to that, even energetically because it's within the energy that is felt. So, yeah, just kind of be out there living your life and meeting people. Um, and try not to get too focused on them over the next little while, which I know can be like so hard to do. Like, let's be real. When you have a connection that's real, it can be really hard to kind of distract yourself, but it can benefit you so much and it can benefit the connection a lot. So, I hope that that helped. Yeah, honestly, just do everything you can to just have a good time and kind of give it up to the universe. Yeah, focus on your career. What's meant for you will always find you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for subscribing. I'm going to try to do these every Thursday night around the same time. Um, the program, I only get so many hours a month, so I can only do so many, but I'm going to try to at least do every Thursday night around this time. Hi, Mystic. How are you? I'm glad that helped. I'm really glad. Thank you for telling me. Awesome, Mystic. Do you have any questions that you want? I'm happy to pull some cards for you. And do you guys prefer like this format or do you prefer for like my face to be? Because I don't care either way, but whatever people like, I will do. Honestly, Mystic, I'm doing free readings, but I am trying to raise money for my floor. I have to fix my subfloor. So there's a link to my fundraiser, or you can buy my book on Amazon, which is linked as well, or I have my PayPal going across the screen. So you don't have to send anything, but if you want to. Oh, well, thanks, guys. HP's current energy towards you. Yes, absolutely. And when was your last communication with them? Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think my floor is going to cost about $4,000 all said and done, which is it's crazy. I hope so, Renan. I really hope so. About 3 weeks? Okay. So their energy towards you. Okay, so the two of coins coming up here. The two of coins is about trying to keep a lot in the air, but when it's reversed, um, it kind of tells me that they feel kind of like they're dropping the ball on you. Um, so I think that they want to connect more, but it's like they feel like there's just too much going on right now. Yeah, and then we have the Six of Cups coming up. So it's reversed. So they're really struggling with connection. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad connection or that there's anything that you're doing to cause that. It feels like they just are so compounded in their life right now that the energy is low for them. Intuitively, the connection is actually really good. Excuse me. Yeah, they want to be somebody that is there for you. That Emperor energy, it's like a really strong desire to kind of take the lead, even if they don't have it in them right now. Yeah, I would agree, especially with that Emperor energy coming up. Because that's a very much like such a strong energy of desire to provide and to protect. But with this, it's like there's so many things that are causing difficulty in that. Well, and then you have the Hanged Man reverse, which tells me that you don't have to look at anything differently, that you're seeing clearly. Um, because when the Hanged Man is upright, it's showing like, oh, you have to look at it from a different perspective. But this is more showing that your vision and your view of the situation is a lot more clear. Yeah, and then that Four of Wands reverse. So struggle with the harmony. No matter how much he tries to connect, there's an issue. No matter how much he tries to disconnect, it's an issue. So he's kind of in limbo. He definitely still cares very much for you. Um, the reason I ask about like how long since last connection is because it's something I compare to how the energy feels, and it's balancing really well with about that 3 week time frame. So that tells me that the connection is still really strong and he still cares a lot. But he's just struggling so much. He's not really thinking super logically either with that Ace of Swords coming up reversed. Oh, well, you have the Eight of Coins coming up upright. We'll see what comes up with it. I think that you can have whatever you want from this relationship given some time and probably some frustration. Yeah, look at that. The victory card. So you can create here what you want. The connection is good. The connection is very strong. Um, I would just kind of give him space right now to figure things out. Let it be, you know. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just kind of, it's okay. Whatever you need to do for the next little while, go ahead and do it. I'll be here, when you're ready to talk. Yeah. Yeah, it's the struggle with stability right now. A lot of chaotic energy from him. Yeah, I would agree he does take it the wrong way. And you know what? Let him. Let him right now because you don't want him pulling you into distracting you, right? He's got to work through all of this stuff. And then once he can kind of come to his own understanding of himself, he'll be more able to understand where you're coming from. What's your question, Renan? Does that make sense, Mystic? You definitely have to be putting yourself first right now. And he's just gonna have to figure it out. Okay. Okay, I will answer Renan's question here, and then if you have any more, just let me know, Mystic. Okay. Well, we have the Devil reversed, so let's see what comes up with it. Let's give it some context. Okay, so the Devil reversed with the Seven of Wands when it comes to whether Enrique has feelings for you. I would say yes, but they struggle with it. So it's more it's more an energy that they have no idea how to approach it. Um, it's like an energy of being, I want to say like confused. And I think a lot of it stems from them being uncertain of kind of what they even have to offer right now. Because with that devil coming up, it's a lot of internal conflict, which doesn't have anything to do with you specifically, but it causes issues with connection sometimes. Yeah, and then kind of hiding from coming together with that three of coins reversed. Lack of action with the chariot reversed. When would have been the last time that you guys did meet? And then I'll see time frames what I can come up with. Okay, but they can't move on either. That Six of Swords, when it's reversed, it's like, man, I'm stuck. Like I'm stuck in this feeling for somebody, but I can't move on, but I can't really give anything either. Very, very kind of similar energy to what I was getting with Mystic. Okay, yeah. Oh well, with it being about 5 months ago, I would say it definitely feels closer than that. I think not a lot closer, but closer. And then the Seven of Cups reversed, a lot of distractions when it's upright, but this is saying like they're kind of avoiding any distractions, so they could be really focused on something. I do think that you will hear from him. Oh, the two, what came up with it? The two of coins upright. So yeah, they're juggling a lot. And then that page, they're a little bit afraid of offering something. So yeah, there's definitely some feelings there. Um, I think it's kind of like just wrong timing. And how are you doing, Mystic? Did you have any other questions or any clarifying that you want me to do? I've got about 20 minutes that I'm going to be on yet for. Oh, you're welcome, Renan. I really appreciate that. You've been so nice to me. I appreciate you. Yes, I will look at that, Mystic. How is he viewing the effort? Intuitively, right away, I get a mix of there's a portion of being very proud, but also feeling left out, which is a little bit on a selfish end and not like a healthy selfish end. Thank you, Renan. Yeah, yeah, he feels like you're kind of isolating yourself from him with that Hermit card. Um, with it being reversed, it's kind of like he feels negative about it. And he feels like you kind of have yourself in a little bubble and like you're missing out on something, like you're missing out on him. With that, because the eight of swords is about kind of um like putting yourself into a trap, and because we're talking about his perspective, he feels like you're kind of focusing too much on that because he doesn't really understand it. Like he doesn't really have um that level of understanding about where your passion is, you know? Yeah, and then the page of coins, he feels like the page of coins is like not as serious of an energy. So when he looks at it, he feels like you lack some, what's the right word? It's like your priorities are not what he would want them to be. So it's not malicious. Like his energy around it is not malicious. It's more just selfish. And not in a way that he's trying to be hurtful, but in a way that he's feeling I don't know the right word to say. You probably know what I'm saying. It's like that feeling of missing out, like he's missing out on you because he thinks that your priority should be more focused on him, even though there is also a part of him that gets it and understands, but he doesn't want to acknowledge that. I'll have a really good night, Renan. I hope you sleep well. Yeah, and that King of Wands reversed and the Eight of Wands upright. He struggles with it because of just a lot of self stuff, like very selfish stuff. And again, not selfish in like a malicious way, but just he just thinks he deserves more, even though honestly, you're doing everything that you should be doing. Yeah, the passive aggressiveness, expect that to continue, but don't put up with it. Like, don't allow it to get to you, and don't even acknowledge it when he does that, because it's a manipulation tactic to kind of get you feeling guilty about putting yourself first, which is what you should be doing. Did that help at all, Mystic? Oh, good. Thank you. You might have to cut it off in a minute here. I've got two dogs that are just begging to go outside. Hold on, guys, hold on. I think I have, I think the program goes from the first of the month to the end of the month. So I think I can do some more tomorrow without going over. So yeah, I'm going to head out here. But thank you so much, Mystic. I think you're the last person in here. Thank you so much for coming. And if you want to come back tomorrow night, check it out. I'm probably going to come back on about the same time, 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then I'll probably just stay on until there's nobody tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and have a wonderful night, everyone. Okay, guys. Yeah, we'll go outside. Okay, go on, get down, honey.